Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel again. Sorry, really quick, setting my little timer so that way if you've watched a few of my recent videos, you saw that I forgot that my camera on my memory card runs out at like 30 minutes. And I always forget and then I get cut off, but I set a timer on my watch. So it'll buzz me at 25, so I know to kind of pause and then restart. Anyway, I'm doing not so much like a planner refresh, but like a rings refresh, if you will, in that I'm moving a lot of this stuff. I started my rings journey in personal wide because it was very close to B6, which is a size that I'm very comfortable in. B6 is my happy place. But things that you learn is that the physical footprint of a personal wide planner is fairly large. And this is, let me zoom out just a little bit. This is a VDS cover. It is beautiful. I got it and I'm like, oh, she's big. And I knew it was gonna be big because I have a Naya papery, although the VDS honestly is bigger than the Naya papery, if I'm quite honest. And I got these only because they were on sale. Otherwise, I never would have bought one because I just can't. For me, that's like more than what I would really prefer, but it was like a 2-for-1 sale. So I have two beautiful VDS covers plus a Naya papery custom. And I realized after being in personal wide from October to about March that I don't like how big this is for day-to-day use. Like, it's just too big. And if we look at this, what I'm currently using, my personal, it's a much smaller footprint. So if we look at, if I zoom all the way out, wow, that was aggressive. The width, when you open it up, right? This is just like an extra, that's like a solid like 2.5 inches of extra width on this planner compared to a personal size planner with Franklin Covey compact inserts. And the reason why I did the personal wide also initially, there we go, sorry for that chaos, was because I didn't like personal size. If you guys don't know, personal size is like 3.75 inches, which is roughly the same width as a Hobonichi Weeks. And I have a Weeks notebook that I use here, and this is what I use to track my music practice. But I have tried using Weeks before, and I don't really like this page size for planning. I always have a lot more than I need to write down, and this is good for just me logging like, here's the day, this is what I worked on. And it's tiny and it fits on my piano, and I have a bajillion books over on my piano, so I wanted something small and compact like this for tracking my music logging, and that's really the only use that I would get out of a book this size. Then I eventually learned about Franklin Covey compact size inserts and was like, why didn't I know about this earlier? I would have just gone straight to this, to be quite honest, because it is wider than a personal size. Because a personal size, again, is 3 inches or 3.75 inches, and Franklin Covey compact is 4.25, so it's an extra 1/2 inch of width. And if you don't think that that matters, it does. At least for me, it does. I don't do well on a narrow page. I can do TN, like I've done a TN, like a standard, but I don't think people realize quite how wide a TN page is when you lay it out on your desk. It's a lot of space, the standard TN size. But for day-to-day planning, I needed something bigger. So I was like, well, I'll pull out my day-to-day stuff and put it in the personal rings with the Franklin Covey compact, and everything else I'll leave in my personal wide, and I'll just reference the personal wide a couple days a week. I'm realizing now that I actually have some things that I do need to bring back into here. And I'm just kind of letting go of the guilt of having these covers that I bought, because at the end of the day, I need to make sure that I find something that works for me. I don't want to stay in a system or in a size out of guilt. And what I will likely do with those VDS covers is I will hang on to them, I think, for a little while. And then what I might do after a little while is, if I really don't end up back in that size, because famous last words, you guys, you know, I've planner hopped a lot, but this is the longest I've been in a system in rings, specifically between the personal wide and the personal, has been 8 months. And I think that I've really found my happy place with this Franklin Covey compact page and the VegTam Moterm personal sized planner cover fits these so beautifully. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze just because I have it chunked so decently, just because I have 2 pages on a day in here, and I have like 2 months worth of dailies plus like monthlies and different sections and notes and projects and stuff like that. But I like the way this feels in hand. This is much easier for me to toss into my work bag or my backpack width-wise. And honestly, I don't mind beating up this leather versus the VDS covers. This was the velvet sand, and I ended up protecting it because I had it for a day and I didn't even hardly touch it, and it was marked up. And I'm like, this is why I can't have nice things. And the other one that I have is the Touch Me leather in the Stardust Croco. And again, I'd have to have a case over it to protect it. The only one that I can really knock around is the Naya Paperie because it's meant to get that way. But again, it's still too wide of a footprint for what I really prefer for day-to-day use. And I think I just kind of need to accept that. So rather than force myself to stay in something out of guilt, I'm going to stick with what's really working. And 2 things that I need to update in here is I'm actually moving my health and fitness section back in here. And so I have my health and fitness divider. That was a personal wide divider, and I just cut it down and repunched it. And I need to pull, currently my fitness and health stuff is like in my monthly project overview section. And I don't like it there. I want my health stuff to be on its own. And so even here, I've got like my logs for my semaglutide logs here in my monthlies. These are the Peanuts Planner Co monthlies because I just was curious and I was like, well, I can use them for this. I want to put these into the health section. And I really just want my project planning to be my project planning. So this was March. This is something different. This is project planning for April, and then I have all my April health stuff back here. I'm gonna this is attached to the back side of this monthly. I'm just gonna leave it there because I don't know. Maybe I'll rewrite it later, but this is health stuff for April. And then I just set up my health stuff for May, which is these inserts here, and that was in a separate video. And so I wanna pull my May inserts out. So this is gonna be only projects again, and that just makes me so happy because every time I try to flip to this, I end up like in my health stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to be in my health stuff when I'm focusing on my work projects. Like I just want to focus on work when I'm doing work. When I want to touch my health stuff, I'll get into my health stuff. So I think I'm going to stick it here. So this is the start of my weeklies and dailies, and I'm just gonna, I need to label my sections. I have a Nimbot label maker. I just don't really like fussing with the app, but I need to do that. Okay, so here we go. And I'm actually gonna pull out all of my health stuff already from the beginning of the year. So this is all 2024. I have all of 2023 archived in my personal wide. I'm doing something with my archiving, and I'll do a video when I update that. But I'm gonna do, this was January, February, March. This is April. This is May. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna set up for June yet. I'll cross that bridge when we get there. This is what I mainly reference on a day-to-day basis is my workout log. And then as long as I can find my workout log, I can like find the rest. And so I'm gonna stick this guy back in here. Health and fitness is now its own section. Now, what we need to do is update my projects. Now, I've talked about this before on videos, but I like planning on a 4-week cycle. And I've been using these month on 2 pages from Planner Room Shop, and I really like them. But I don't like that it's not like a 4-week plus notes. And so even though I have technically May and June, and I've sort of finagled them to work, I'm gonna take these out, and I made some brand new, pretty, this is really what I want. I've got an area so I can say what my weekly focus is. I'm not focusing on, is it just May or just April? I'm focusing more on like, what week of this cycle am I on? Because I have projects that recur every 4 weeks, not month to month, every 4 weeks. Okay, so I need this. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take out June. pretty as it is, we're gonna take it out. We have May. So again, May, see, this is 5 weeks, and I don't want 5 weeks. I just want 4. And this is my projects overview and daily focus for work. Like what was sort of the primary objective day to day. And then I kind of like, that's what I fill in here is like, I kind of plan out what needs to happen based on these projects. But if there's another focus that comes into play, I need to know this, or if I'm sick or if I take a day off, that has to happen. So like today was definitely an ad hoc day. I spent like 6 hours this morning working between my coffee shop and my co-working space. And I did a bunch of ad hoc work. So I need to make sure I get caught up on it. And then it tells me too from week to week, these are like crinkling the paper up. From week to week, like what I maybe need to adjust or move around, or like what I need to plan based on what's going on. So this is May. So this is already gonna be April 29th. So this is gonna be April to May. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just like set up this April to May. Now these are just clear date dot stickers. I don't feel like dealing with the little, what's its faces, dot markers right now. Now I need to go back here. Ta-da! April to May. I don't need to write that this is 2024, but it makes my brain happy. And so now on this side, on this focus, this is sort of what I need to focus on from a week to week. I needed to know that I have time off for May 27th and May 31st. I need to make sure I request May 27th for the business I'm an account manager in. And that's what that's gonna be. I'm not gonna worry about setting up June just yet because I don't really need to. I'll set it up kind of like this week and this week, right? Or set up June. It would be like that final week of May, first week of June. But this is really what I need to see. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I made this. So this is that update. So this is gonna be May, and this will be May to June 2024. Okay? And that's what's happening there. And really, to be quite honest, this might not even be May. I might start June here because I have time off that first week of May, but we'll see. I'm gonna adjust as needed. But again, I really work on sort of 4-week blocks. This week in May that I'm taking a couple days off, I'm actually taking off a couple of days, but I might still be working. I just might not be doing client-facing work that day because I just have some bigger things that I need to get caught up on. I needed some personal admin days. So I'm just building in some personal admin days for things that like need to be taken care of during normal business hours because it's for like logistics for my mom's stuff or medical or financial or whatever. And those are things that are operating during the times that I'm working, and you got to take off time to go handle those things sometimes. So that's what I'm doing here. So this will be May. And then, but this is sort of what I'm refreshing here. Okay. With that being said, the only other section that I'm planning on putting in here is like a spending section. Which I already do track my weekly spending in my weeks. I have like a spending tracker at the back of each weekly, but I have this Noelia from My Moxie Dreams uses this spending tracker from Perfected Paper. And again, it was in Personal Wide, and I'm just not going to use Personal Wide, I don't think, where she can kind of track it from week to week. And I really started tracking everything kind of mid-March more consistently once I got into a routine better with my planner. And I want to set this up. I have the week-to-week data. It's just about setting this up. So that's the only extra thing that's going in. And so I think what I need to do is also, I have my little finance divider here. And then once I'm done with my weekly spending, I can tuck it into the finance divider and then just sort of track my overall spending. Just because I feel like sometimes, again, I get a little out of touch. Like, unless I'm like manually doing it, I'm like, I didn't spend that much money this week. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's been so helpful because a lot of times it's like, oh shit, I all of a sudden, you know, spent $500 when I'm like, you had no business spending $500. What did you spend this money on? Useless shit. It's like random Amazon orders and like clothes I don't need or whatever. So I have my little finances tab. Again, this was in my personal line. I need to figure out where I want to put this. So these back sections are my notes. So this is my inbox. It's like this because the tab that was here was getting smashed by my pen. So this is my inbox. This is this is project notes, inbox. Haha, see, inbox, medical claims. And then this is miscellaneous notes. So this has like online order tracker, medical visits and claims. I have like a bunch of medical claims I need to submit, a wish list, strength training sessions, cosmetics purchases. This is just sort of like misc notes. So I'm wondering where the best place to put finances is. Maybe here, because I don't know. I'll just stick it there and see what happens. My dividers are not scored, and I kind of wish they were. So this is gonna go here, and this is gonna go here, and then I'm gonna take all the little weekly spendings that are finished and totaled and tallied and also pop them back here. So that's like finances. Not really finances, more just like spending trends. So I can see where things are at. It's just, yeah. I feel like that's just a good thing to monitor for anybody. Like, I don't know. I just felt like it was appropriate given that my mental health has not been the best. So let's quick look at this refresh again. I updated my project section. This is annual. This is projects, yes. Updated my project section to a personalized insert so that I can see on a 4-week cycle. I added my health and fitness back in here. So anything that I'm tracking for health and fitness, whether it's a lot of things or a little things is gonna be in here. And then I added a just like spending overview section here. So the way that this is now set up is my annual future log plus 2025. I need to like add more for 2025. Then it's my projects for work. So work specific focus and projects and priorities. Health and fitness, which I need to put a cute dashboard here, 2024. Then it's weeklies and dailies. So I have my dailies here, and then like this is my daily, and then this little gray tab is my weekly. And then May, the rest of May is in here. Then I have my projects notes. So project notes, then spending here, then it's inbox, and then miscellaneous notes back here. And that's, let's see if she shuts well. Can I snap her shut? Is she a little thick? Do I need to slim her down? Nope, she's good. We're good to go. We did it. Congratulations to us. We're awesome. All right, so that's my little refresh going into May, and kind of just accepting the fact that like I'm going to be living in Franklin Covey Compact in this personal rings, and I need to stop trying to force myself to use a bigger system than what I really need out of guilt. Okay, that's it. Thanks, guys.